Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 老子第32章之子章. Let's dive straight into it. 第32章，道常无名，道常无名，朴虽小，天下莫能成。侯王若能守之，万物将自宾。天地相合，以降甘露。明末之令而自君，始至有名，名亦既有，夫亦将之止。知止可以不殆，辟道之在天下，犹川谷之于江海。好，第一句，道常无名。好，道是什么？道 is the universal law that governs everything that happens, the natural rhythm of life. 道常 and it's governed by 道. Because of it, you have 四季春夏秋冬 and it's constant year after year after year for millions of years. So the constancy of 道, the omnipresence of 道, is hard to name or hard to articulate. Therefore, 道常无名. It's something that goes so far back, so beyond us, so omnipresent that it's hard to name. Okay, so the natural or universal order is hard to articulate. All right. 朴虽小，天下莫能成。好，朴的意思 Pu is wood that is uncut. Now, when wood is uncut, I mean, it's cut, but like it's just wood, timber. Now, even though timber may seem very innocent, just like not very 起眼, right? It is actually full of vast potential. We have not shaped it to become a certain thing, so it can be anything. You can make it into a scaffolding, you can make it into a chair, you can make it into a table, a cup, anything is possible. Similarly, Dao is also formless, but because of its formlessness, it can do all sorts of things. Okay, 所以呢，天下莫能成. How I would understand this is like 天底下都是道的成. Okay, you could say it that way. We all submit to the laws of nature, laws of 道, whatever that is under 天下. You will submit to the laws of Dao. Another way to understand 莫能成 would be Dao is a self-sustaining entity. It is not reliant or dependent on anything that we can see or touch under 天下 because it's, it's like spirit, it's like life force. Okay, so if we talk about Star Wars, may the force be with you. 祝你有道. Okay, so it's actually quite something that we think about sometimes. Okay, the uncut wood. See, okay, no, I shouldn't use uncut. The wood that has been is timber. Okay, although small, contains endless potential, just like Dao, which has vast potential and is independent. Okay. 侯王若能守之，万物将自宾。Now, 侯王, okay, so we talk about leadership and governance. Now, if a leader is able to 守住什么？守住自己的道。Okay, if we talk about 侯王 as a leader of a country, okay, 他能够守住实行王道 okay, 实行仁政大公无私 and this is touched more in 孟子 and 论语 but if we look at it at a different degree angle, 侯王 refers to every single human person. Now, every single person can 守住自己原有的良知良能自己的道的话 everything else will fall into place. Okay, 万物将自宾. Okay, 宾就是宾客. Okay, why would 万物将自宾? Okay, 宾客之间呢是怎样？很 respectful, 很 polite. Okay, so the natural way when we interact with the earth, with everything that's under the heavens, is actually respectfully. 好，所以 if the leader follows the principles of Dao to govern the country, or if a person lives according to the Dao, then all things will also live according to their natural rhythm. That's the effect it has upon themselves and also upon others. Okay, for example, simple example, if we sleep at night, we're supposed to sleep at night and work in the day. Now we follow that, then our natural body organs and things like that will run properly. Okay, 万物将自宾, they run properly. If we don't follow this natural rhythm, at night we work through the night and daytime we are sleeping, then sometimes you will fall sick because like the rhythm is mixed up, disrupted. Okay, 天地相合以降甘露. All right, so 天 will be the heavens, 地 will be earth. Because of their natural interactions, then you have rain. 甘露就是 rain. Now, rain is something that is needed for life on earth. And the natural interactions between heaven and earth results in nourishing rain. If we look at 天 as our soul and 地 as our body, now when these two interact naturally, then we will also harmonize ourselves. Okay, now 明末之令而治君. So this is in terms of governance, 人民哈. So if the 君王 follows the 道，有道的治理国家，那你不用严厉的那种命令。Okay, you don't have to scream and shout at the people. 末之令. Okay, so you don't even without harsh laws or punitive measures, people will still be self-regulated and society will be peaceful. Actually, that is what the aim is for 礼运大同篇啊，孟子的说法等等的 is the same. 好，始至有名，名义既有。好 ，however, before we can get people to live according to the Tao, all right, sometimes we need to use certain terms to describe what we mean in governance. Okay, however, initially we might need to use some terms to describe the right way to help people understand. Okay, so for example, 我们要有道的生活. Then you will ask, what is 有道的生活? How do I apply it in my daily life? Okay, so then 以前的君王他们就很慈悲，他就跟你讲，有道的生活就学这个五伦八德，孝悌忠信礼义廉耻，这个就是有道。OK， 五伦 OK， 就是孝悌，父慈子孝啊，兄友弟恭等等的。OK， 五伦。Okay, but these ideas 五伦八德 are just scaffolds for us to understand what is 道。如果你真正了解什么是道，比如说父子之间的道理，父慈子孝。Over time, naturally, you don't need people to remind you that 做孩子要孝顺父母，做父母要慈爱孩子。Okay, it becomes a natural interaction. Your love for your parents is there. You are grateful for them. Therefore, you do a lot of things as a form of gratitude, or you want to take care of them. You want to make sure that they live well until the end of their days. But before people, know about this, when we want to give them a paradigm, a framework, then we use 有名的东西。所以我们讲 ，OK， 这是五伦，这是八德。好，那有了名字之后once you describe it, 名义既有 ，OK， 夫亦将知止。Once you have this name, right, you need to know that it's just description for the actual thing, which is 道。所以 we need to 知止。Okay, once they understand, then we must not be too obsessed with these terms. 什么叫孝 ？Okay, actually we are talking about 道。只是跟你讲，在父亲和孩子之间、父子之间的关系，道 looks like this。OK， 所以我们不要去执着，然后钻牛角尖 about the term。OK，it's just to help you understand that 父慈子孝，OK，that's the principle。还有兄友弟恭 ，that's the principle。Okay, so 知止可以不殆. Okay, only when we are not obsessed about these terms, then we can truly apply the Tao principles in every situation. 知止可以不殆. So you can 在不同的场合知道，诶，什么是那个道理？道理是什么？这里的道理是什么？OK， 那你就不会很 stuck, fixed, rigid. How it's just like the concept, okay, Dao is the moon. Now the 经典, all these terms is the finger pointing to the moon, tell you, hey, that's the moon, that's the moon. The moment you know that that's the moon, right, you don't need the finger anymore. You don't need the terms anymore. So similarly, there's a quote, to point at the moon, a finger is needed. They point at the moon, okay, I tell you this is the moon. But woe to those who take the finger for the moon. Okay, so the finger is not the moon. So what 老子, 孔子, all those 圣人, they are trying to tell you is that yes, this 经典 is important to teach you how to 以有道的, you know, okay, if we don't know, we totally don't know, we are lost. Okay, this gives you a pathway. But once you understand the pathway, right, then you need to let go of the 经典. Okay, you need to understand the Tao and not be too obsessed about the 经典. Okay? 好，那老子呢 he end off this with 辟道之在天下，由川谷之于江海。好，那我要解释道 with terms that you know people can understand，在天底下所用天底下有的东西来跟你解释什么叫道的话，is as difficult as trying to explain the beauty, the massive power of the sea and the ocean using these little streams of water. They are just insufficient. But because I have to, and there's no other way for me to help you understand it, this is how I say. So, you know, that was Lao Tzu's, I feel like it's like a bit of 感叹, you know, I'm trying to explain to you, but hard to tell you. Okay, 我们再读一遍哈，第32章，道常无名，朴虽小，天下莫能成。猴王若能守之，万物将自宾。天地将相合，以降甘露。明末之令而自君，始至有名，名亦既有，夫亦将知止。知止可以不殆，辟道之在天下，由川谷之于江海。All right, and hope this was interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.